Okay, we're live. RGA preview video 2019. I'm in the work clothes, babysit or parenting, I suppose, on lunch break. I ain't got no time for this year. I've got no time for golf. 3 kids. One's sort of rolling around right now. Hopefully she fouls it off there. We might have a little interruption. Anyway, got to make it quick. I've only got about 20 minutes. Today is Tuesday, August 6th or so. 10 days to the tournament or so. It's coming up quick. Goodness gracious. Haven't been doing much golf, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I got a couple emails from Mars here, so let's recap last year. Everybody remembers Team Tar. Tar got a big chip off his shoulder. 2-time first-round pick, I think, that had been pretty disappointing. Finally got a cup, so congrats to Tar again. Happy to play a small part in it. This year, team, we'll talk about last year as far as myself and Petite, some of the other key things that happened last year. We'll talk about that Friday night. I just don't have the time for it. Here we go. This year, Team Oli, Team Goo, I believe both were part of Team Tar. Learned from the best kind of last year, so they should be both ready to go. Obviously, Goo brings a whole different animal. He does this for a living. Coach general management. Oli, man, a few words. Put together some good infrastructure at the draft. So I think he's pretty much looking and good to go. Let's do a little, so the rankings recap. I won't get into that. Obviously, everyone would have read through those. The key, I think, ranking change would have been Sabo. I think he was probably last. But, you know, I had the opportunity to sit down with Sabo and chat it through with him. And he's a changed man. He's mature beyond his years now. He's no aggression issues. Yeah, he's really just looking primed. He'll be sort of a gentleman. And I literally just got a text from him. See, like, he's dialed in. He's sending me texts as I'm doing this video. That just shows that maturity. So he probably would have gone from last. He would have been about third, I think, in the rankings. Most of the other things wouldn't really have changed. So let's recap the draft. It was at my brother's house after our 10-hole round. So the 10-hole round got cut off by some lightning and things of that nature. So me, Velitis, and Hannah had a game. I was up 3 skins. Hannah had 2. Velitis had 0 after 10 holes. It's $20. I didn't see the 20 yet. I think 10 holes would count as a round, but Velitis, he was struggling mightily that day. You know, I was right on point, right in form. Hannah played well too, so it was kind of a two-dog race there, and it was good. So we'll see if I get the 20 or not. I don't know. I'm not gonna harp on that. We'll let those guys decide. Outside of that, I had a couple 9s at Crystal Lake. I can't really play those Mooney courses anymore. I just can't putt on those greens. So, yeah, other than that, I'm pretty much ready to go. I think, personally, there's a lot of other people probably been playing golf. The key of the tournament, I say this every year, you don't play too much. You just got to just really slow, go into the game slow. So, recap of the draft was after that, before the Ryder game. So, I went first. Only real decision there. And then Val went second. A lot of questions. Kinger went third. It was sort of off the rails for Goof right from the beginning. But I think at the end of the day, when you looked at the teams, it seemed fine. You know, it seemed okay. I think they were going by tiers, so it kind of worked itself out. And, yeah, nothing else really noteworthy from the draft. I'm looking at the teams here. Knock is in. Knock is confirmed. Gus is confirmed. Everybody's confirmed. We got 20. A week before, 10 days before, so that's pretty good. So let's talk pairings then. Pairings were set by Goo initially. You know, they released their pairings. It was sort of the neutral zone trap of pairings, pretty dull. What do? You know, they kind of went stars and scrubs, put their top players with their bottom players. But you can learn a lot from the pairings, I think. Pretty dull. Like, there's really no Matty Marquee matchup that you could find for me. So, anyway, as I looked at the pairings, like, you can always tell, I think we got to talk about the storylines. So what are the big storylines going into the year? One storyline, Joel, 0-3, no cups, organizes everything. No cups, a lot of pressure. Continue. Every year the pressure will just get higher and or more, or this way. So that's storyline number one. I think storyline number two, like when you look at the pairings. So Paul is. I had the official rank. I think career rankings. I think I'm 8-1 in first. I think Val's second. I think he's about 5-4, something like that. I'm not gonna flip open that email, but so Val, he's not a Sunday guy. Like he's not a singles 1-to-1. So he likes to match up, sort of. You get a good teammate, and he likes to sort of be in some of the lesser games to get that career record up. Which that's fine. It's not my approach, but it's what it is. So when he paired with Amit, so the thing about the rankings, Amit was fourth in the rankings, I think, because I thought Amit really last year struggled. And the key with Amit is I thought he would play a lot of golf and he wouldn't change his index. You know, he learns from certain things. So when Valetis paired with him, it was like, that seems a little bit sketchy. But I saw that Joel updated the indexes in this email. So he would have updated Amit. No, he didn't. So his isn't updated. So it's not like it's a controversy with that index, but if he's playing a lot of golf and he's, he's probably doing okay. Anyway, I'm not going to belabor that controversy. So really, when we looked at the pairings, Ole just kind of made a call. So we have Canal. Let's just go through and I'll do all the predictions. What am I at here? 6 minutes? What? So Hammer and Van Beesler against Canal and Fish and Logan Fisher. So, Hammer, steady Eddie. Bees, you don't expect much. Fussy, he can play. Logan, he's kind of the wild card. Is he going to be like Chip? Is he going to be like Steve? Probably more like Steve. I've seen his swing. It's sort of a Steve Gillespie type of a swing where you're like, how does he hit the ball? But he's a good athlete. He knows Canal well. They'll get along. So, I don't know. Hammer's probably got that one. We'll give that to Hammer. Competitive, perhaps not. The courses here, it looks like it's very long on Friday. Long irons. Looks pretty open. So I think the long hitters have an edge here. So Hammer, we'll give that to Hammer. Matchups number 2, Gus and Scott against Dean and Steve. See, the Gus and Scott, I never really understood putting Gus with Scott. You think, okay, it's his nephew. He'll teach him how to play golf. But really, the two of them, they're a good pairing for certain things, but I don't think focus on golf would be one of them. So that's sort of a mistake. And I think he's always had a problem with Gus. So we kind of threw him under the bus there. And we just put out Dean and Steve. Let Dean sort of just, get loose. It's going to be a big year for Dean. It has to be. Everyone saw those putts on 18 last year. Much talked about. So it's going to be a big year for him. So kind of just let him wet his beak a little bit in the 2019. Steve, again, gets to come in relaxed. So that's probably about a 7-6 for Dino. The next matchup, Joel and Kinger against Dodd and Tar. Another storyline. Dodd's 0-3, comes back. I don't think his index was updated. I think he's asked repeatedly. It's dictatorship. It's got its advantages. There's, the assembly lines run smoothly, but dictators, there's problems too. So Doddsy and Tar, though, Kinger and Mars, Kinger's a volatile personality. So is Kinger, are they going to be good cart mates? That's one of the main thing you got to think about. The cart's moving this way. Who's driving together? Kinger and Mars together? Kinger, it's all going to be about how enhanced he is, really. Like, what's the mix? What's the ideal mix for him? Third overall pick. Dodd and Tar, though, I think we got 2 grizzly bears coming at you in the forest setting for bombers, wide open. I think that Mars and Kinger, that could combust, and that's the type of thing that kind of a pairing, it could filter into Friday night, and then Kinger's complaining about nicknames and whatnot, and all of a sudden he's not even there on Saturday morning. So very dicey pairing for them. I think, Dodgy's kind of getting into it. Tar is another big storyline. How's Tar going to react with no pressure? He's just happy to be here this year. He's had nothing but pressure first 3 years. I think Tar will be relaxed. Still have a couple extra drinks, maybe some darts. Yeah, I think it's probably a 3-2 for us. I think it'll be mildly competitive. Joel golfs every day. He's got to have a few holes. What is he, an 11? Against Tar? I don't think Tar golfs anymore. But again, we got 2 grizzlies coming to the forest. I like that matchup all day. Next matchup, Val and Amit. Somebody's yelling outside here. Kids, get them back in school. Jesus. Val and Amit against Hammy and Oli. That's fair. There's not many strokes being given. Zabo's given a bunch of strokes to Amit. I don't think Zabo golfs, but Amit golfs a lot. Again, it's not an exact science. We depend on the infrastructure between Joel and whatnot. So I think that's going to be a good one. Again, the advantage we have here is nobody knows Sabo's just trajectory as far as I'll go one side of the phone to the other, just in how his lifestyle's evolved. So I think he's probably the favorite for MVP at this stage, I would think. And I mean, no one knows more about MVPs than me. So I think they think they're going to win that. I don't think so. Olson's coming in as a captain. He's got a lot of responsibilities. He's not worried about golf. He's, it's team management and shirts. I'll say this about the shirts. Again, Goo's a different animal. He does this for a living. He's a manager for a living in professional sports or amateur junior sports, whatever you want to call it. So the biggest angle he shot early on was all of a sudden we're texting with Oli. He's like, oh, the shirts are ordered. And Goo said we should get Lululemon. Well, Oli, our whole team is dad bods except Hanner. He's got model, slender build, Logan. The rest of us, especially we got a couple grizzly bears here. How are they going to fit into Lululemon? So props to Goo for that, though. Goo, he knows the metagame. I'll give him that. So getting back to Oli, he's got a lot of other responsibilities, but honestly, I don't even think he needs to do much in that pairing because I think Zabo's going to really carry the mail. And again, a big, long golf course. I mean, Val, he's pretty much a write-off. Amit, as much as he plays, I don't think he can be that long off the tee, so they're going to have to be hitting all these hybrids and come on now. Zabo's going to be having nice, smooth 6-irons into most of these greens. I think that's going to be really the storyline. It's going to be Sabo sort of front and center after Friday. So that's probably, I don't know, that's, it'll be competitive, 2-1. Oli's got a lot going on as far as managing the team. I've been there. We'll go 2-1 with that. So what are we at? I think Hammer, it's probably 4-3. Dino, 7-6. Dodzy and Tar 3-2. So what did I say? 2-1. That's probably fair. So the last one, I guess we're going out last, as I always do. Coos and Goo against Hanner and me. So again, I got to see Hanner up close. Liked what I saw. He's got a little bit of a Hollywood issue with his putting stroke. We'll get that sorted out. Coos and Goo. So when I looked at the pairings, I'm like, Jesus, I've beat most of these guys like how many times? So who am I going to play against? And I thought, I don't think I've ever played against Coos. Here we go. Let's do it then, Coos. And then Hanner and Coos are playing at even Steven. I don't know what Coos has been up to since year one. I was kind of the star player on his team, but he was a great leader. We had these pullovers, so yeah, he's kind of not been doing anything noteworthy since then. The only other time I remember seeing Coos on the course was RGA 2 in the warm-up area. He got to see me dialing in a driver on Saturday. RGA 2, I only hit one fairway on Friday, the entire day. On Saturday, I hit every fairway, pretty much. But Coos got to see that up close. So other than that, Coos, he's been at the captain's table for dinners and things, but, I really wanted to play Coos, get him back a little bit more in the spotlight. Me and Hanner, we'll be fine. We're a great pairing. I'll kind of, he's 0-3. That's what I like to do. I like to take I'm like Jason Brown, from Last Chance U. I like to take those that are, the former 5-star recruits, go to the tournament, 0-3, come into me, sort of let them back out. Did it with Stu. Has a great team there. So that's really the goal here. I think my goal is, I try to push my goals every year. It's not just about winning. Can't be. How would I get myself up? So I like to say, okay, one of my goals, I want Hanner to be 3-3 at the end of the tournament. So we need to go 3-0, so it all starts Friday. Goo, what is he? I don't expect much scoring from Goo. Goo should be good for this course. He can hit along, so it's a challenge for us. We look forward to it. I think that, it's going to be close. I think we're going to get off to a real sluggish start. I'm not golfing much. I don't think I'm going to hit it very well. So I'm not, I'm going to make putts. I'm the best putter on the RGA circuit every year, 2019 included. all the pressure putts. But sometimes I can't really get it to the green to have any kind of an impact. So long course, I think we're probably going to be 3 down after 8. I think we'll be 3 down. I think there'll be a little, Kuz is going to get her going. But Hansen will get a little bit worried. Here's, he'll be like, oh my God, am I going to be 0-4? He'll be like, what am I going to tell the wife? So, but it's all good. It'll be like 3 down through 8. And then I think they'll have a little bit of a screw up. That's always how it goes. It'll be maybe like a bad 3-putt by Kuz. Hanner has like a tap in for a bogey to win the hole. And then on the back 9, fire. So I see Hanner's going to shoot like a 39 on the back. And I think we're going to be 2 down going to 16, and we're going to go win, win, win. And I really think I'm going to probably birdie 18. I think it's going to be like a 32-footer, just like one of those bendy ones, the celebration. So that'll also be long putt. I just noticed here, long putt on 18. So 33-ish footer for the win, and that'll just get all the excitement going. So 1 up. That's the prediction. It's going to be a tight one. 1 up, Hanner and I. So what does that leave us? It's going to be 4-1 at the end of day 1, I think. So this is the same thing that happened last year. So last year it was 4-1 or so, 3-0-1. And then Team Tar, we pretty much celebrated the win on Friday night till all hours. And Team Fussy, I don't think, really left the condos. And ultimately Saturday kind of went the other way. What do you do? I mean, what? We're just going to sit in the condos and watch TV? Come on. So, yeah, ultimately, I think it's going to happen again this year. It'll be 4-1. We'll probably try to slip out. It looks like quite a small town here. We'll see what happens. Day 2, we'll probably flip the other way. See, my thing is I thought this year I would play Fussy on Sunday, finally. He just runs his mouth a lot. Now he's on my team, so what do? I really have no dancing partner. I probably should have left Kuz for Sunday. I've got some ideas. I have some ideas for what again, when they set the pairings, probably good as far as what they thought in their mind was good, but they made some missteps, and they could have done it a little bit differently. Like Hammer's always playing with the Beaslers of the world. Like, let's get him a little bit more into the mix, I think. We'll see. Well, I have some ideas for Saturday, but it's up to the captains. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What else do we have for storylines? I'm clipping through this good. I got lunch. I'm watching a kid on lunch break. What can I do? 3 children now. Sunday singles. I have some different ideas for singles. Hopefully Sunday's relevant again. Most of the first 2 years it was kind of a runaway. Enhanced performance. We had a little bit of a hiccup there on the first few holes on Sunday, but eventually it was a blowout. Like year 1 was a blowout. Last year was competitive. That was nice. It was competitive for a few minutes there until about the 6th hole on Sunday. Uncompetitive. So where are we going here? We're going to Invermere. Looks very small. Couldn't even find a chef. Don't know what kind of nightlife. Kimberly was pretty much condos only. That suits some people. Other people had a tough time handling it. Guy like Sabo, though, far more mature now. He doesn't have Phil there as far as certain enhancements. So I think we're ready to go. Logistics, I'm getting in there Thursday, of course. You don't play the practice round. I'm trying to harp on certain people. They're still going to go out and play, whatever. And then Friday, Saturday, I think we're close. And then on Sunday, I think it's about a 30-minute drive. Todd, someone from his company's dialing it in. Probably having to go out early. People have got to get back to work or whatever on Sunday night. Don't like that. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think I don't think I'm going to play anymore until next Thursday. Maybe I should get up to the range, maybe. They're closing the Paisley, I read in the paper. That's too bad. The economy, Trump, Trudeau, those guys, who knows what's going on. But anyway, so predictions. I should get back. Summary predictions then. I think at the end of the day, I think it's going to be competitive. It's going to be the same as last year. Blowout, Saturday, sort of just regress. And then Sunday, it'll be good. I think we'll probably win by 3 or so, but it'll be competitive. It'll be nice. I think it'll be nice. And, it's not going to get too out of hand, I don't think. Storylines, again, I hope I'm 11-1 at the end. I don't know though. I'm not really playing golf. I don't really care about the individual records. I've never been one of those guys. MVP again. I think Sabo's the favorite. What do we have here? Like, what do I really think would happen? It's really hard for the low cappers. You know, it really is. It's usually a dark horse. Rookie of the year. I think Logan's the only rookie. I don't know about Logan. We'll see. Hopefully he does well. I think if you go 0-3 and or like Steve-ish, we might just defer the award. But we'll see. Maybe he's going to be like Chip, 3-0 out of nowhere. More or less carried that team to non-embarrassment. It was Joel's only good draft pick. I think it was the last pick, a fourth pick. So, most improved player, again, controversy aside, I think if these indexes stay the same, I think Amit has been my guy right from the rankings. I think he's going to be most improved. He'll kind of be the Chip, probably kind of carrying that team. MVP, again, you know, I probably won't. I'll pull myself out of running like last year, probably. I don't want to cause any kind of. You just got to share it around. There's a lot of people that want to tell their families that they're the MVP. That's of no value to me anymore. So, I think, again, Sabo heavy favorite, but I think we're gonna test him. We're gonna put him in some tough matchups. So, I tell you, there's somebody I think is gonna go 3-0. I'm looking at my computer. He's got to get out of the condos, though. Because to win the MVP, you can't just be sleeping in the condos at 11. But I think he's ready this year. I think he's a little bit more, you know, he wet his beak last year. I think he's a little bit more ready. My MVP, shocker MVP, 3-0, Steve Gillespie. That's my prediction right now. Matchups, I think he's going to have a path. I think he's going to do some things Friday night. I think it's going to be good. I think Steve Gillespie is going to be my MVP. Most improved, Amit Chavda, Pumajabi. Rookie of the year, maybe Logan. It's going to be Team Oli by 3 and 4-1 Friday. It's going to be 1-3-1 Saturday, so we're going to be dialed in. We'll win by 3. Good matchups on Sunday. We'll have a fun time. It's going to be a fun time. Nice casual time. I'm flying in Thursday morning. A lot of people are taking the drive. That's God's work doing that drive. Goodness gracious. It's like 3.5 more hours from Calgary. Ugh. Anyway, that's it. I got to get out of here. I got to get back to work. Parenting's going well. Eric is coming back. Some appointments. We got like 10 days. So, again, word of advice. Close on me. Don't over golf. Don't get out there anymore. Where you are today, that's where you're going to be. That's it. Hit the putting green before you go out. Everybody's just trying to hit bombs in the warm-up. Like, that doesn't matter. Hit the putting green. Make a few putts this year. Every time I'm playing, these guys are just missing 5-footers. It's embarrassing. I don't want to be around it. Let's challenge each other. Let's all grow, you know? That's it. I'm out of here. 23 minutes, 12 seconds. I think I did this on my phone last year. I don't know. I gotta put this on YouTube. Give me a break. That's it. I'm out. Team Oli coming at you next week. Let's go.